Hi, I'm Wayne and this is Bassador Woodworking. Today's project is either going to be a great quality of life improvement for the shop or an incredibly stupid waste of time and money. Today I'm going to be carpeting my shop using these 12 by 12 inch carpet tiles. There are a few reasons why I'm deciding to try carpeting the shop. One being noise reduction. Right now, a lot of noise reflects off the concrete and a lot of background noise gets picked up when I'm making videos. I think that having a carpeted floor will reduce some of that. Another reason why I'm going to try carpet on the floor of the shop is to make moving the camera cart around the shop easier. I have horse stall mats put in front of a bunch of the tools that I end up standing in front of for a long time to reduce strain on my knees and fatigue and stuff like that. And while these carpet tiles will not be a direct one-for-one replacement for that, it will make moving the cart around the shop much easier. And then if I need to put the horse stall mats back and stuff like that, I can make that concession very easily. This is a very inexpensive entry point to test something out. These were literally the cheapest carpet tiles I could find, and they were just straight up from Walmart. They were even cheaper than the ones I could buy on Amazon. So, the reason why I'm opting for carpet tile instead of just buying carpet and rolling out carpet in here is that this is a functional shop. If I spill something or if I overspray on something, I want to be able to just pull up the affected area and replace carpet tile. It will be much easier than having to re-carpet the whole thing. I bought more than enough carpet tile, so I should have at least a couple of boxes, I'm thinking, left over to make repairs as I need them. So my plan is to just start in one corner of the shop and make my way across it. I will move all of the tools and everything out of the way as I go. For the most part, everything in this shop is on wheels and is movable, so this should not be too difficult. I'm saying that right now it is 9 a.m. I'm hoping to have this done by about 5 or 6 p.m. today so that this will all be done in essentially what is one work day. Now, is this a good idea? I have no idea. It might be like the worst decision I've ever made in this shop, and it might be a terrific waste of time. But I'm not the first person to do this. I think David Picciuto has carpet in his shop, and he really likes it. He's a much better woodworker than I am, and he seems much happier in general with his life. So maybe this is what did that. So the standard procedure I'm going to be going through is, first, I'm going to move everything out of the area I will be tiling. I'll then do a deep clean of the area, so I'm going to sweep, vacuum, all of that stuff to get any debris off of the concrete. And then I will tile it. If I have to cut tiles and stuff like that, I have so many things that can cut so many things in here that it shouldn't be a problem I run into. I do have a tile roller somewhere that I should find because that would make things a lot easier. Yeah, I'll go find that right now. Okay, so I found the tile roller. This should help with getting the adhesive tiles to stick to the floor more evenly. One thing that's important to note is typically when you're doing something like this and you're trying to adhere something to concrete, you would want to do some kind of finishing on the concrete first, whether that be painting it, sealing it somehow. I'm not doing any of that, so this all might just, in a few months, completely fall apart. That's on me, that's not on the carpet tile. I'm doing none of the prep work required to make this successful. So this might all just be a gigantic waste of time, but I'm thinking that I have spilled enough paint and sealers and stuff like that on this floor over the years that it's pretty much sealed with polyurethane and shellac and stuff anyway. So hopefully that becomes true and just magically everything works out fine. This is why it's important to have as much as you can in a small shop on wheels. And the bigger the casters you can put on things, the better, because it means it moves easier. It's a knob drilling jig. These are some actually really cool and pretty cheap metric Forstner bits. I'll put a link in the description for them. They're really inexpensive and they're actually very good quality Forstner bits. And they're metric, which is cool. These are some inexpensive end mills. They're not great quality, but they're good enough, like if you're just running them in a router. Now this thing kind of sucks to move because it only swivels on one side, I believe. Also, it doesn't help that I have taken the handles off all of these things because I don't move them around all that much. Now that I've got this corner nice and clean, I swept it all out, vacuumed, all that stuff, I can now start applying tile to the floor. I have my tile roller and I just got one box of tile to start, and we'll see if this is a doomed project starting now. So these tiles here are less important than the rest of the shop, so I'm using this corner to kind of get my process squared away. Figuring out basically which directions to roll it work best, stuff like that. Because this all will live underneath that toolbox forever, so I won't really see it ever. But this gives me some practice before I get into the more important areas of the shop. I'm immediately starting to assume I did not buy enough tile, because I thought in my head the math worked differently. Because this area will be one box. So yeah, we definitely do not have enough tile. I will probably have to run out and get some more. Okay, so this is going well. I like the way the carpet looks when it's down on the floor. So I'm just going to continue going until I run out of tile. I'll then have to run out and get some more. But I'll just do a time lapse until then. I don't think it's very good content to just have you watch me stick tiles to the floor over and over again. Okay, so I have about 2 boxes on the floor right now. I've moved this toolbox back into its place just to see how everything's going to look. And I'm really liking the look of it so far, so we're definitely moving ahead with this. One thing that became instantly clear is that I did not buy enough carpet tile. So I just ran down the street and picked up 5 more boxes. It's all they had in stock. And that should get the majority of the floor done. I also picked up a couple of boxes of just vinyl floor tile, and I think I'm going to put the just regular vinyl tile underneath the compressor and underneath the table saw. For the compressor, because when I purge it, there's moisture there. I don't want to just end up with moldy carpet tiles. I think a vinyl tile underneath the compressor is a smart move. And then the table saw creates more sawdust than anything in the shop. So being able to just quickly blow sawdust out of that area will be better than having to kind of meticulously vacuum around it. I have a spare household vacuum in the shop that I'm going to just use for just cleaning up the tile from time to time. So I think that putting tile under the table saw and tile under the compressor are good concessions to make. And then if I have extra tile, I might throw some under the radial arm saw and just under the large sawdust producers. It will save me some carpet tile, save me from having to move some stuff around, and hopefully everything works out. I might also do a row of vinyl tile at the threshold of the garage door. That way any moisture isn't just wicking into the carpet tiles from outside the door. That's where we are. So I'm gonna be putting this just fake vinyl tile, or well, it's real vinyl, it's fake marble, underneath where the compressor goes. This stuff was even cheaper than the carpet tile. This stuff's on clearance, so I don't know how adhesive it is or anything like that, but it should be more than adequate for what I'm looking to do here. They are the same 12 by 12, so hopefully everything works out nicely, but who knows. And yes, they are very fake looking. Wow, that is fake looking. But whatever. Okay, so the tile went very easily. I only had to cut the two end ones down by a couple of inches. I just did that on the radial arm saw. And we're good now to just continue with the carpet tile. Best bet might be actually to put a piece of plywood over the tile to protect it, because, you know, smart. Yeah. Okay, now I just push this straight back until we are where we need to be. There. That will settle once it sits for a few minutes. You stay there. You magnetic, so you can come off. I'll move you to here for the time being. So this 3x7 grid here should be all of the tile I need to have underneath the table saw, but I do have enough tile to do one more row. So I'm going to do that. So this will be a 4x7 grid, and then I have about a box and a half of the carpet tiles left. That should allow me to move, that should give me just enough to do the border over here and to bring that border up all the way, and that about covers 50% of the floor in the shop. That should give me more than enough to be able to figure out whether I want to actually commit and do the other half, or if I want to just keep this area as where I do more of my talking head filming type stuff, because the echo will be less down over here and this area will look nicer as a whole. And then this side of the shop will be my fuck shit up side of the shop. Okay, so I've covered up until the outfeed table and as far as the file cabinet, and now I'm out of tile. The store only had 5 more boxes when I went earlier today, so I bought those. I've put a total of 11 boxes of carpet tile down and 2 boxes of the vinyl fake marble tile. So that covers about a little bit less than half of the entire shop. But it's a good chunk to start with. This will let me know whether or not I'm on the right path, whether this is going to end up working or whether this is going to be way more trouble than it's worth. The tile could not have been easier to apply. It was just peel and stick. I mean, it was super easy. Both tiles cut very easily. The carpet tile, I could just use scissors or even just a razor blade against the floor, and it really gave me no trouble. One thing that did end up being a little bit of a problem is that none of the walls in here are, or none of the corners are square. So I did end up with like a gap and stuff, but I just made sure that the gap was hidden behind whatever furniture ends up being there. But I have a couple of tiles extra from each box. So if some start to peel up, I have a couple that I can replace, and then I'll just keep an eye at the store to see when they come back in stock, and then I'll just buy a few more, a box here or there, and just continue on. But all in all, I really like the look of it so far. It makes it look a lot neater in here. I don't know whether that will be true after I do a project, but we'll see. So thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to keep up to date with new projects as they are released. And until next time, thank you.